I am an essential oil educator and a leader with DoTerra International, and if you've joined me before, then you know that every week we love to hop on here together and share all about this wellness lifestyle. And I have today the G, the Hubs, the birthday boy as my special guest. I'm so excited that he is off today. We had an awesome day celebrating together, and we are just keeping the celebration going tonight. And this is the 16th birthday. This is the 16th birthday that we've celebrated together of George's. And so tonight we're just sharing his favorite thing, which is bourbon, and we're giving it an essential flair. So I'm so excited that he's here. Let me know in the comments where you're from, where you're watching from. We are in Northern Virginia, and it is like Indian summer. It was like 90 degrees today, so yeah.
Yeah, great day today.
We had a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a really good time. So we're excited. Yay, hi guys. So excited to see you guys. Yes, awesome. So before we start, I want to show this book. I love this. This is a great resource, and we've had a lot of people join our oil team this week and this month, and so this is a great resource. It's called the Essential Life Book. It's actually coming, they're actually coming out with a new version on November 1st, so I'm really excited to get my hands on the new version. But on page 359, it inspired tonight's Periscope because it has two recipes that do not use alcohol that are essentially infused. One is with these lemonade drinks, and then one is a hot wassail kind of spicy cider, and we thought we'd give it a little amazing touch, a little amazing spin on it, because you know, I don't drink that much, but George has really taught me so much about bourbon that I can really appreciate it now, and it's something that it's really fun to enjoy together. So today we went to a distillery and it was fantastic. We learned a lot, and he's wearing a new shirt that he got.
A. Smith Bowman Distillery.
Yeah. Ooh. And yeah, so it was really fun. We had a great time, and we're going to keep the festivities going tomorrow too, because that's one of the cool things when your child is in school finally for most of the day, and you both take the day off to celebrate your birthday. You can have a date day, because by the way, guys, date day is way better than date night. When you have a date day, you come home and it's almost dinner time, and you get some time for yourselves after, and you're not exhausted waking up really early the next day after you've gone to bed really late out on a date. So date day is the jam, and we enjoyed it thoroughly. So we're excited to talk to you guys tonight about these the bourbon cocktails. So this is our amazing cocktail hour, and as you know, most cocktails have synthetic dyes, and they use artificial sweeteners and colors and all those mixers and all those fancy things that make it look colorful. Yes, date day is the grown-up way. That is so true, 100%. And so we wanted to show you how you can get your men involved in your lives, or whoever you you love to spend your time with, how you can get others in your lives enjoying essential oils that are not just the normal way of thinking, like, oh, cleaning supplies and, you know, skincare and all that stuff. It's the things that we're drinking as well. And so, you know, we're cleaning up our diet, and we're kicking chemicals to the curb, and that's what we do here every week. And so it is just a really fun thing to hop in here and use this platform to share with you guys this essential life. And so we are going to demo two of our favorite amazing Chateau Lemay house drinks, and we're going to up-level them with oils. But first, we're going to educate you guys, because before George, I didn't know anything about bourbon, and he recently, over the last couple years, has gotten really more into all the different aspects of bourbon, and so he's going to educate us. He's going to school us. The birthday boy is going to give us an amazing education. So he's going to talk us through what bourbon is. He's going to explain what makes a good bourbon, how bourbon differs from whiskey, how to pick a good bourbon, and then two of his favorite bourbon drinking hacks that are great. And these are great ideas for the holidays coming up. So if you guys need any holiday ideas, these are great. And then we're going to go into our demo. We're going to show you a spicy bourbon cider, and then we're going to show you our amazing bourbon lemonade slush. So you should show us your ID, I think. If you're not 21, you gotta go. No, I'm just kidding. And also, when we get to our recipes, keep in mind that you can make these without alcohol as well. They make delicious drinks for the fall and the summer. Yes, oh, hi, Mark, yay, yes, totally. So you can enjoy these without alcohol for the kids, for company, whatever it is. So, yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about what whiskey is? And
I got into bourbon about 2 years ago. A friend of mine was a bourbon drinker for several years. And for a gift for Christmas, I got a bottle of bourbon from him, and I enjoyed it. It was Maker's Mark, and it's fantastic. I still like it today. But it got me interested in bourbon, and I wanted to kind of find out more about it and what it was about. So the best way it was explained to me is, if you can imagine whiskey as a tree, And off these different branches of the tree, you'll have different variations, whether it's Scotch, which is Scotch whiskey, or Irish whiskey. Bourbon is just a branch. And off that bourbon branch, there is a Kentucky straight bourbon. That's typically what I like, and that's my palate that I enjoy. So you're going to find something that you enjoy. Might be in the same branch, might be a different branch, but I strongly recommend you go out and give whiskey a try.
Yeah.
You never know. Obviously, if you're not into drinking it straight, the cocktails are a great way to get introduced to bourbons, even whiskeys. So, first off, just talk about the tree of bourbon. Tree of whiskey. What whiskey is it's any alcoholic beverage made from fermented grains. Various grains use different varieties, including barley, corn, rye, and wheat. Whiskey is typically aged in wooden casks, whether they're barrels or another form of a cask. And basically, those are the unifying characteristics of whiskey, which is fermentation of grains, distillation, and the aging in wooden barrels. So then you ask, well, what is bourbon? Why is bourbon different?
Oh, that's Val. Hi,
Hey, Val.
Oh, by the way, if you want to share this with your followers, you can swipe to the right or up, and you can tap the bottom of the screen to show G some birthday
Lots of
love. Holler at the hearts.
So what is bourbon? So we're going to the branch of the whiskey tree of what is bourbon. In order to be called bourbon, it has to be produced in the United States. Anything that's made similar outside the United States can't be considered bourbon. The second would be the grain mixture has to be a minimum of 51% corn. The remaining 49% can be whatever the grains you want to use. Typically it's rye and barley. Sometimes it's wheat. And just the different percentages in that 49% they can play around with and make bourbon taste differently. So whether your first variances in taste is going to be off the grain mixture, what they put together is called the sour mash. And that's when you're basically heating up all your ingredients and you're making a mash of all these different grains. Bourbon has to be aged in new charred oak barrels. The barrels can't have been used before for something else. So even if it was bourbon before, you can't use those same barrels. It has to be a brand new charred oak barrel. Next is it can't be distilled more than 160 proof. During the distillation process, it can't go above 160. And generally, when you're going above 160, anyways, you're getting into how you make vodka anyway. So typically, it has to stay under 160 proof to be considered bourbon. When you enter it into barrels, the proof has to be down to 125, so they usually cut it with water. And the reason why bourbon got so popular in Kentucky is because the water that you get in Kentucky has a lot of lime, there's a lot of limestone in it, and it helps filter the water. And that actually produces the best water for bourbon.
Show them that.
And we actually have some.
We do, a little birthday present.
Water.
Ooh la la.
I got to say birthday present, which is actually from Kentucky, and it's actually limestone filtered water.
Want me to hold it up?
Yep, you can hold it up to there. And that we bought on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can order it on Amazon if you want to give it a shot. We just got it tonight, so this is our first taste of this.
We're going to use it tonight in our recipes.
And finally, for the last step, it has to be bottled at more than 80 proof. 80 proof or above. It can be however high they want to take it. Usually with more, the higher the proof, it's going to be the more the burn, the bite to it. So if you like a smoother, more gentle bourbon, you'll stick with something closer to the 80 or 90 proof. If you want to get a little more bite and spice to it, you're going to go a little higher onto the 120s and even above to get that real harsh bite if you enjoy it. Me, I'm typically right around the 90 to 100 proof. That's where I like. That's what my palate lends me towards, that proof level. Like I said before, the flavors are going to come from what you're using as your mash, what your percentage of different grains are, the proof on what you're actually bottling at. The proof will, the lower the proof, the smoother it's going to be, the easier to drink it's going to be. The higher the proof, the more bite, the more actual flavor you'll get out of it. The aging takes place again in new charred oak barrels. Normally they use white oak. There's different char levels we can go into, and it's a whole other description.
Becky's saying we need to come by their house because they live near the Kentucky
yes,
distilleries.
Yes, we do.
That'll be on the schedule. Put it on the calendar.
So the charring actually is, they're going to char the inside of the barrel, and that's going to help the liquid, when they put it in the barrel, actually flow in and out of the wood, and it's going to pick up that caramel and vanilla flavors through the charring. And the environment then takes place is when it gets hot, that liquid expands in there and actually seeps into the wood, past the char level into the wood. And when it gets cold, it constricts back, pulls back out of the wood, and it pulls all those flavors back into the liquid. And it goes over years of doing this. Now, if it's a Kentucky straight bourbon, it has to be in barrels a minimum of 2 years. If it's just regular bourbon, there's no age requirement. It could be 6 months and they could pull it out. So typically I like the Kentucky straight because it's in there for a minimum of 2 years and you're getting a whole lot more flavor out of it. A Bourbon Trail, yep, that's definitely what I want to do.
Yes, definitely. That is on our to-do list.
Up.
Yes, let's do that.
So again, with the flavors, the final thing is how many years it's going to sit in barrels. The more years it spends in barrels, the more flavor it's going to pull out. The environment with the changes in weather, whether you're in Virginia or Kentucky or different areas, it's going to change. Hillary got me a bourbon last year. It was Jefferson Ocean, and they keep it at their storing facility. I believe it's for 4 years, and then they put it on a boat, and it actually goes to 4 or 5 different continents over 6 months. And it picks up the different environments through the sea, and it
neat.
changes the profile of the bourbon. So there's thousands of bourbons out there to try. There's thousands of different flavors out there, and you will find something you enjoy if you give it a shot. So I highly recommend you give bourbon a shot.
Thank you, hon. Yeah, give it a shot, guys, and we're going to make it palatable and
Literally.
easy. Yeah, just give it a shot. Take one for the team. But after the 2 recipes, you're going to see how accessible it can be and easy to drink it can be if you enjoy it in these simple ways, and then you can kind of dip your toe into drinking it straight if you like that. So, I hope that you're inspired to try these, and because I'm either a champagne girl or a bourbon girl. So I don't really like wine anymore. I used to be into wine when I was younger, and we'd go to the wineries and stuff. But my palate has changed, and George has really taught me because we'd go to different distilleries and try different things. And when you try them side by side, that's really how you can tell that one has a softer bite, one's more caramel or whatever. So it's really interesting, and I would definitely encourage you. It's a fun activity. You can just go and you learn so much. Like today, the girl taught us so much about the process and how they use sustainable methods to distill and organic processes, and it's really fascinating, so that there's no chemicals and impurities in these products that you're drinking, whereas you can get stuff that is like gasoline that just tastes disgusting, and it's not a good investment. So anyway, and then do you want to show them a couple of our little bourbon hacks
Sure, absolutely.
that make drinking more fun for you?
So first off, I got a cool gift a few years back, about 2 years back.
From this girl, just for the record,
And
brownie
this
points.
is the whiskey wedge. And basically what it is a silicone mold. You stick in the glass, you fill it up with water, stick it in the freezer, and then you get a nice wedge in your glass. And so I will...
Which one do you want to pour on it?
The one you have in your hand.
Okay.
So basically, it gives you a nice whiskey wedge, and we're going to take a little bit of currently one of my favorites.
This is a great stocking stuffer or holiday gift or Father's Day gift if you need a great gift. I mean, this is awesome. It's so cute, too.
So currently, this is my daily drinker. If I'm going to drink something, on a regular basis, is Elijah Craig's small batch. And we'll get into the small batch stuff in a minute. But for the hack here, just pour in about a shot's worth. You let that sit for a second. It gets nice and cool. And you're drinking your bourbon straight, if that's what you so desire. And basically you turn the wedge toward yourself so you don't spill it out everywhere. Fantastic.
And so it's chilling the entire surface area
Correct.
of the
It's
beverage.
more surface area getting chilled at one time. So you're chilling the liquid down. I like it chilled. Some people drink it neat, where it's just room temperature. If that's your choice, that's your choice. You can drink it any way you want. Some people like the wedge. It has more surface area, so it's not going to melt as fast. You're not going to pick up so much water in it, and it's going to water it down, dilute it too much. Another option you have, besides this, are large globes. Some have large cubes as well. Again, with these.
And this was a great gift. This was a Christmas gift that I got George too. You can get these on Amazon or from like your beverage supply store.
It gives you a nice spherical ice cube that you can stick in your glass. And again, it's a lot of surface area here. It's going to cool the drink down quickly, and it's not going to melt too much.
And
or
it
not
makes
too
4.
quickly.
It makes 4. You just like put it on, and then you pour the water in the little hole at the top.
Fill it up and stick it in the freezer.
Yeah.
All good to go.
And then one more little life hack for your drinking enjoyment.
And the last one is whiskey stones. They also have a disc you can put in the bottom. And all you do with these are stones, and they're cut to look like cubes, like ice cubes. and you're going to freeze these. And once you freeze them, you can put them in your whiskey glass. They will chill the whiskey in the glass, but they will not obviously melt. They're made of stone, and they'll keep your whiskey cool for a long period of time, and you can drink it without any dilution. So if you really enjoy a bourbon straight and you don't want any water in it, then this is the way to go. If you don't mind having a little bit of water in it, with a little bit of water, just residual water melting off the wedge or the cubes, then this is the way to go.
Awesome, thank you, hon.
You're welcome.
Awesome, cool. Well, now we're going to get into our demo because we don't want to take all night. So our first one is our spicy bourbon apple cider cocktail. And for this, we're going to just start with our cocktail shaker glass. And we're going to do all our work in there and then pour it into a cup after that. So we're going to add 2 ounces of our favorite bourbon. Now, for the cocktails, we like to use a different bourbon than if we are making if he's drinking it straight, right? So, you know, because just like wine or, you know, other spirits, if you really are investing in a quality spirit, you don't want to lose all of those flavor profiles that you're getting when you just drink it neat. So for a cocktail blend, then you still want the bourbon flavor. It's just like cooking. You know, you want to cook with a really great wine, but not like your top shelf wine. Definitely something, you know, kind of middle of the road. So we're going to do, 2 ounces of our bourbon?
We're actually going to let's use a different bourbon for this one. So you can give me the Russell Reserve right there, and I'm going to open that one up because I just got that as a gift as well.
Here we go. Hope you guys are having an awesome night.
So this is Russell Reserve. This is by the makers of Wild Turkey. This is just a different mash blend. This is actually aged for 10 years, and it says on the front there that it is aged for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And so it's just a little bit of a different profile here. So we're going to use this.
So we're going to add about 2 ounces of our bourbon to our shaker, and then we're going to add about 5 to 6 ounces of apple cider. And we like to get apple cider from our local farm stand or farmer's market. You can get it if you can find it organic. That's ideal because we're trying to kick chemicals to the curb. We don't want anything with caramel color or with artificial sweeteners like fructose corn syrup or anything like that. So 5 to 6 ounces of apple cider from your local farm. Here, they want to see you in the screen.
Oh, sorry,
the birthday boy must be on the screen, right? There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually infuse it with our essential oils, but we can do that when we pour it in since that's a little bit deep.
Yep.
All right, so we're just going to mix it, shake it up. Yes. Daddy doing work. Yeah, I said we could take the night off, but he was like, no, let's do it together. I was like, all right, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a cocktail hour.
This glass?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And you wanted to use ice in this one?
I was thinking maybe we'll do the globe. Sure. I think the globe looks really pretty in here.
All right, let's do the globe.
And see how cool that looks? It's really neat. All right, and so then we're going to pour our bourbon-infused cider into our cup, our drinking glass, and then we're going to do the toothpick swirl method with our essential oils of choice, and this is going to infuse our essential oils and make it kind of spicy and flavorful without any chemicals or those flavored syrups that are just high fructose corn syrup and chemicals and dyes and franken things that we don't even know what they are. So for this recipe we're going to do clove. We can do, we're going to grab clove.
Which one's this one here?
That one behind there? Yeah,
there
clove. So we're going to just take a toothpick swirl, and this is a great way to use your essential oils in a very sparing way without overpowering it, because these are very powerful essential oils and they're very strong, and so you don't want to overpower the drink. So I'm just going to do a couple swirls worth of my clove, and then our next oil is going to be cassia. If you can grab that for me, hun.
This one.
Yep. And then we're going to use cassia, and this is also really nice and spicy. And you just dip it over, you just flip it over, and then swirl a couple times to give that really nice spicy flavor. And then our next oil we're going to do is cinnamon bark.
There you go.
Thank you. And I love cinnamon bark. It is just great, and you're going to see it a lot in all of our holiday recipes and things like that. Cinnamon is fantastic. And then we're going to do wild orange. because it's like, you know, orange and apple and it's spicy. And what you can also do, yes, you totally need bourbon in your life. And if you have any questions, Alex, just, you know, shoot me a message and George can, like, you know, maybe offer some suggestions of a place to start. But this is a great spiked cider. You can also put this in the crock pot after you do it. So if you're having a holiday party or a bonfire, like for Halloween, if you get people together in your garage for trick-or-treaters or whatever, you can put it in the crock pot and, you know, serve that for the grown-ups. You can serve it warm, but I like it cold. That's just me. I like it cold. So I'm going to take a little sip. That's nice and spicy and sweet. Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an accessible way to try bourbon if you've never tried it before. Cheers to you. It's a way to kind of just dip your toe in and see how you feel, and that cider is really comforting this time of year. It's really good. Thank you, hon. That was fantastic. Oh, you want to try it too? Oops, I wanted to keep it all for me. Oops, I guess I should share. It's his birthday too. It's his birthday.
That's good. Very
good. Really good. All right, and so then our next cocktail that we're going to do is our L'Amazing Bourbon Lemonade Slush. And this is a drink that we had when we went out on a date night over the summer. And we tried and we thought, oh man, we definitely need to replicate this at home. And we did. But it has been like 90 degrees all week. It is Indian summer around here. So we're kind of feeling like we just want to keep the summer feeling alive a little longer. So, but you can definitely, you know, just do whatever you like and add your own spin to this. You can do it with orange instead of lemonade. You can do it with berries or whatever. But this is just one of our favorite house drinks that George likes to make for me. So, okay, so for this one, in a shaker, we're just going to juice half a lemon. And if you watched my lemonade Periscope over the summer, that you know that this is just a really easy lemon press that keeps the seeds out. It's from Bed Bath & Beyond, really inexpensive.
Try not to make a mess here.
It's okay. If you're not making a mess, you're not having fun at the Chateau LeMay, right? And then after we juice our half of a lemon, we are going to add 4 ounces of room temperature water. And tell them about the water.
This is the water we're going to use, which is the limestone water from Kentucky. So we got this on Amazon. Again, you can get it off Amazon, and we're going to put 4 ounces in. I know I'm kind of just staring off the screen here, but I'm trying to fit everything in here.
I know. It's hard to fit all this amazing goodness in one screen. All the birthday goodness.
And there's our 4 ounces of limestone water.
Awesome. And then we're going to add 2 ounces of our favorite bourbon. Now, hon, which bourbon did you want to use for this?
Back to the Elijah Craig, please.
Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig.
Craig.
Back with.
And it smells really good. It smells spicy and yummy.
And 2 ounces. There we go.
And then our next ingredient, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of honey. Now, depending on your dietary restrictions, feel free to use whatever sweetener you like. We don't have any dietary restrictions, so we really like to use local honey from our local farm. It's also the farm where we get our local eggs, and we like to support our local farmers, and we know that there aren't any impurities or anything in our honey, and we can feel confident, and it's just something that we like to do and support our local farmers, and it tastes really good. And it also helps cut the bitterness. Yeah. That would be fun.
What was that?
Food Network.
Oh, yeah.
And then we should add our lemon essential oil.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
we're going to add our drop of lemon essential oil. And then, do we want to add our crushed ice now or later?
No, we'll do it later.
Okay.
We'll do it in the glass. Oops.
Okay. 2. It's okay.
Should do 1, but I
Yeah.
did 2 by mistake.
So you just need 1, and the reason that we like to add lemon essential oil is because the essential oil is actually distilled from the peel, not the fruit. So, so we like to add the juice from the fruit and the essential oil from the peel. And that gives it a really nice dimension of flavor too. And then you just shake it all up, get your groove on, just shake it.
We'll put the ice in the...
Yeah. And then you're just going to put a handful of ice in the jar.
About halfway.
Okay. Is that good?
Yep.
Okay. Yummy. And then you're going to just top this with mint. You can muddle the mint if you like it more minty. I really like a lot of mint, but we just like to tear it. I like the look of it. And then we just tear a couple leaves of our mint, fresh mint. And we can get organic at our local farmer's market or a local grocery store, but if you can't get that, you know, just use what you like or you can leave it out. But I really love the mint.
Let's stir that up real quick.
Okay.
Your drink is served.
Oh yeah, that's good. And it's a really fresh taste, and all the flavors just really meld well together. It doesn't taste like lemonade. It just tastes really good. Like, you know how a Long Island iced tea tastes? It's just like the blend of all the flavors together are really good.
Happy birthday to me.
Yes, happy birthday, hun. So awesome. Do you want to pick your drink and we'll do a little cheers?
Yes, we can.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this little birthday edition of our Amazing Cocktail Hour with our bourbon essential cocktails. And I hope this inspires you guys to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and try things that you've never tried before. Because over the time that we've been together for 16 years, you know, we've tried new things and gone to new places, and keep it fun and keep it fresh. So cheers to you. Happy birthday. I love you. You're awesome. Mwah.
And thank you all for the birthday wishes.
Have a great night, guys. Cheers.
See you soon.
That's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Happy birthday. Love you. Mwah. Bye, guys. Oops. Okay, bye for real.